Hello and welcome to A Few Dice Short. I am the DM, and today is a super lazy day. And as you can see, we're missing some people. But who are these two?
Who are these two?
That's a good question. The super happy boy here. That's Chris. And his
Yay.
new character for campaign 2, Murin. And Edgy McEdge over here. That's Nathan.
Yeah,
Good old
I'm all
Leo
grumpy.
We're still kind of working out some things. As you can see, there's a black line there.
I have a line through my face, apparently.
Going right through me, and don't worry about that. I think that's on my end.
It's not. I don't see it. So it's definitely on your end.
Here, we'll just see her in the void for a second while I take a look at this. This stream is just going to be us testing some things out, so don't worry about it. Oh, it's coming from...
and it's me trying to remember what the Foundry link is.
Is it from Nathan's?
Yes, it's his overlay onto you was causing the line there.
How dare you slash me?
Yeah,
I'm sure the others will probably do the same to each other.
Yeah,
you stay out my personal space. That's what that was. I need a side of the table for me and Book.
We'll just put a giant book next to you for your character. I still need to update the character art right now, but character art that you see here is by Tiny Paca, or at Tiny Paca on Twitter. Go check him out. He's doing some great things. He just posted a new one, and it looks adorable. Giving that a like.
Yeah, his stuff's good.
It says he just posted a low C from it says born from D&D and Slime Rancher. Looks adorable.
Nice. That's good.
And you can check out the character intros for Mirren, Leo, and Grimmer, who's going to be played by Matt. You can check that on YouTube. Get a link through Twitter, maybe socials, I don't know. We were supposed to have another one today, but scheduling has been a bitch the last week.
Yeah, I think uni's starting again, and some of us are getting new jobs and all that.
Yeah. So where we thought we were going to be starting on the 8th, it doesn't look like we're starting on the 8th. It looks like... Okay, I'm guessing the 15th, maybe? Everyone says that they're available for the 15th? At least by schedule?
I guess it depends what we then do on the 23rd. I don't know, if we want everyone there for the first few, then we could start after the 23rd and see how November is. But yeah, I don't know.
Well, so long as we have, at the very least... By the way, I have the introduction planned. So long as we have you, Chris, and Matt together in one stream. No one else has to be there. Just you three. Well, and me. Because it's kind of important that I'm there.
I know. Just kind of important.
Yeah, kind of hard to have D&D without a DM. So long as you three are here with me, one stream, we can at least do the session as I planned it originally.
Ooh, do you think we could fit it in one stream? I'm sure we could have a lot of inter-party conversations.
Well, so long as you three are here, it's not... The first two sessions are not... Well, the first session really is not going to be all too long. It's going to be some introduction and stuff like that. Maybe a little something happens. That's for me to know.
Yay.
But I prefer everyone to be for the second session here. But if we're missing Nathan, that would probably be the most preferred route, because my idea was to have Matt's character kind of initiate some things.
The main character, of course.
Well,
yeah.
the initiation for that particular event is what I had planned. Of course, no one's a main character at the moment except for Mirren.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But aside from that, so long as like the first 2 sessions have at least most of the people here, I guess is what I'm saying. That would be good. So it looks like the 15th we should be okay.
Okay.
And the 8th, I'm still not sure if Jack is good for the 8th or not, considering he has a checkbox and an X.
Yeah, he's just replied to me saying he's probably just filled out the wrong row.
Okay. Yeah, so I see if he just got onto the Google Doc.
Yeah, I think he's not available then.
Hold on, he's doing something. Yep, it's an X.
Oh,
damn it! Oh.
What? Live Excel changes. You're real here
Wait,
for the hot stuff, aren't you, guys?
who's here on the 8th? Everybody but Jack.
Not.
That's 2 down.
I'm not there. Yeah.
Oh.
Which is like the least workable scenario, like 1 person from each group.
Yeah, that one would not work out.
Want to do a 1-shot next week?
Yeah, if someone wants to run one. Unless someone wants to run a I guess it doesn't really matter. Yeah, go ahead. I was gonna suggest I could do a small dungeon or something with the new rules, but you know what? Go ahead. Go right ahead. I do not mind doing nothing.
I do think looking at the new rules would be interesting.
Oh, we'll kind of look over some of that stuff today.
Kind
of test some things out in Foundry. Speaking of which, I should probably
the Foundry link change. Oh no, it's not up. There we go.
It's not up.
The answer to that question.
I've been sat here like I've pressed 3 different links and none of them work.
Yeah, I forgot to pull it up.
Right, it's okay.
Hold on, Foundry is taking a very long time to start up.
Where are we looking?
Staring into the void right now.
Yay, void.
And there it is. I'm almost afraid to update my Foundry right now because I know a lot of the links I have, a lot of the mods I have are not up to date.
Haven't been updated yet. Yeah, I keep wanting to do it, but then I don't because of that.
I'll probably wait like another month. See how things are.
Yeah.
Oh, I have my Foundry on my other monitor, and it's like, no, it's the wrong resolution. Try again.
Okay, it's up.
Yay.
Yeah, I'm loading in.
Be happy again.
I feel like maybe if I jump really high, my book on my avatar just appears.
Also, I installed a thing to kind of minimize HUD clutter.
Oh.
Okay.
Helps me out a lot for capturing the stream. Speaking of which, I should probably actually capture the stream right now.
Nah.
Oh yeah,
I don't need to see anything.
I remember accidentally killing Anna's cat for the practice.
Here, let me unpause that so you don't have to kill each other. There, now you can run around and do whatever.
We have to do a load of things, don't we? Target. There we go. I remembering.
I don't remember anything.
I did it. So we roll the hit, and then we roll the damage, and I deal 0 damage because I'm not very strong.
I'm not strong either.
Yeah, I think you guys are kids, so I mean it balances out.
Yeah,
my strength's worse than yours.
Oh, we could have a little, just a really weak wrestle if you want.
Well, granted, you each have like 2 HP. It's not going to take too much to take someone out.
Yeah. That's
oh, true.
Okay, why is this not capturing?
Oh, I did some changes, didn't I? I don't think I've been in here since I decided I was going to change it up. Was it? Yeah, I'll do. Might as well just do that now. Whoa. Yeah, I think I was going to change my starting.
Hey, come on, where? I guess I can't just stream it directly from Foundry. To Firefox.
Here you go. I think this is my most recent decision on spells and such. So I start with that, which I need to change on here.
I'm not sure what you're doing, Chris, but your character is going crazy.
Oh, I moved the window on my
Okay.
computer because it was in a bad place for me.
Okay, because
that was weird.
That was weird.
Sorry. Okay, guess
What
so
the
we
hell
learned
is
a
going
thing.
on there?
Don't move your avatar while you're streaming.
Like, what the hell that boy doing?
I keep pressing page up and page down because that's where I've got my emotions, and it's not functional if I'm in Summit. So I probably need to change the hotkeys. But yeah, I think I was going to change this. So I guess for now I'll just unprepare the old one and add a new one. Okay.
Let's shrink this bad boy down. There we go. Now everyone can see.
Yay, seeing.
Seeing is believing.
Nobody believes that.
I don't know. I've seen it. But we're going to be playing with a lot of homebrew rules, kind of help with narrative, mostly, and also just to make things more deadly later on. Not right now, because I kind of want them to get old enough to use their adult character art and stuff, because we already paid for it.
So Tyler, I was thinking of changing my initial learning thing. So I've unprepared the old one, prepared the new one. Should it still be a D8 damage, or did you want it less because it's like early on, or is the fact that it's limited the
fact that it's limited
downscaling? Okay, so it's still a D8.
Wow, Leo over here taking damaging spells as a child.
Hey, it's create bonfire. It's for survival.
When I get angry, I can be surrounded by flames. Sometimes.
Of course, you don't want to touch the flames because it still hurts you.
Yeah. I did have I had a shadow monk at some point that I think had magic initiate, and they had like create bonfire, and it was like a blue phoenix that would pop out the ground and eat people. It was great flavor. Yeah. He was. I can't remember which kind of. Oh no, he might have been a sorcerer. I think that makes way more sense. It was the sorcerer that, when they go down, they make a charisma save, and if they pass, they don't go down. They just come back to life. So it was very much like Phoenix, rebirth, and all that. Okay, let's see if this works.
All your proficiency stuff seems to be working. That's good. They went ahead and gave you the full +2 proficiency instead of the default 1.
How nice of you.
I rolled a dice, and my dice look really weird. Do we need to change how our dice look?
I mean, you can. Just make sure it's not hot pink.
Make sure it's not hot pink.
Yeah. If it's hot pink, then you're not going to see it.
Looks for the dice button.
It's you have to go into settings.
Yeah.
To change it.
Oh, it's all the way down here. My dice. So we're not going hot pink.
No hot pink. Not allowed.
I'm Nitri now, aren't I? I had like a whole sort of clay vibe with Vonnie. I need to be all not that.
What do mine look like? I don't know.
That's pink. That's not allowed. But yeah, just sort of chilling. Howdy anyone to who's watching.
Yeah, we're just going through and just kind of experimenting with some things.
Oh, that's a disgusting texture. I might keep it. It is awful.
Oh, mine are a weird orangey pink color. Probably need to change mine.
How do I... Let me do an example of this. Sorry, training dummy. I'm going to deal 0 damage to you.
Oh, no.
Can't even hit the
Oh,
person.
I didn't save. Oh, drats. Okay. I need to find that setting again.
Go shake hands with the training dummy. There you go.
Okay, thanks.
It's on pause, so you guys can move around or do whatever.
I know. I've just been trying to find the settings. Oh, I hit him.
You did it.
Oh, I do 0 damage.
Yeah.
We automated protections and stuff then. That finished the work.
Yes, everything should be working.
Ah.
Except for some reason, your unarmed strike did less damage than it should have, I think. Need to double check that.
Yeah, I don't know if we've got min 1 in there or whatever, or however that works.
Yep. -1 is the least amount of damage it'll do.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say mine should be doing less. So
your punches heal the enemy.
Punch. Yep. I'm not allowed to punch people. It's a weird curse I've got, you know.
You know what? I think I'll just do, instead of that, I'll just do 0.
Oh, there you go. It's a disgusting dice. I'm gonna keep it. Looks awful. My I don't know if it's my Twitch isn't refreshing or I don't know. The stream's stuck for me. Let me refresh my. Might be having too many stuff at once from my poor computer.
I think it looks really laggy on Twitch.
Yeah, I don't know. Is that an issue with OBS or
laggy as in which part? The Foundry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Foundry stuff is jittery.
I'm also not seeing the characters move a lot, but that's just me.
On my end, the characters move just fine. The Foundry, yeah, that's that's going to be laggy. I'm still setting up some stuff on my laptop, so that should be avoided next time. So should be good.
Okay.
Let me try changing my other avatar real quick. That might help.
Oh, should I do this one? Glitter party.
Glitter party.
That might help a little bit there.
Oh, I zoomed in by accident by making myself glitter. I need to change this. This was a thing. Oh, I dealt damage. I can deal damage.
Oh my goodness. Man, what do these ones look like on stream? I think it's only I can see them.
Oh, now that's a dice.
That is very fancy. That is the fanciest natural one.
Yep. I'm gonna keep my awful dice, I think. Everyone has to feel Leo's pain.
Trying to find one that matched my character.
Maybe some like
out of
golds and
curiosity-
purples.
Yeah. I was just looking at the pre-made ones.
When I'm hitting the training dummy, 2 numbers flash up, like 2 and then 1. Does the protection thing, is it counting it on the dice roll and the modifier, or is it just a case of that's how it presents it?
It just kind of presents it a little strangely. The initial attack roll, nothing should really happen.
No, it's just when
like,
I roll damage.
Depending on what you're doing, you might see like a hammer hit or something pop up on the target. That's just saying that there's stats being applied and everything. It's applying protections and all that.
Okay. Yeah, I just see like when I roll my 1d4 plus 1, 1 and 2 bounces off the guy. So I don't know whether is that 3 damage dealt, or is that it telling me?
Yeah, which one did you attack?
The middle one.
This one here?
Yeah, I've hit it a few times, but like I'll hit it one more time now, and so it's currently on 91 health. Let's hit.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Damage. I guess that wasn't enough damage to damage it.
No, it was not. It has 2 protections.
Oh, okay. I'll try harder, just to see. Like, I don't know if it's. What I'll do is I'll roll crit damage. See what that. Oh, I still. Oh, that was the wrong one. That's why I punched with my fist. So yeah, I see 4 1s came off of that instead of just the number 4. I guess it's just got an interesting way of showing damage.
That is what I'm looking at right now. I'm trying to figure out. Okay, you got 1d4 from the sling, plus 1 from your dex modifier, right?
Yeah, and then plus 4 from the crit. Just to make sure I did enough damage. It took away the right amount of health, I think. It took away 4 health, so it did it right. It just showed it as 4 1s. Like earlier, it showed a 3 as a 2 and a 1.
I mean, so long as the math's coming out, it's...
Yeah, it's working. I was just curious why there was multiple instances.
I'm not seeing the numbers that you're talking about exactly, but...
Oh, that's all good. How many rocks can I fit in my pocket? Asking for a friend.
0 rocks.
I would say you can fit a good 6 rocks in your pocket.
6, okay.
That would actually do something to
6. I've got 6 rocks in my pocket now.
Natural 20!
I did it! Yay, 2 damage!
Whoa, you didn't actually do any damage, I think. Yep, still no damage.
Yep, because I can't do anything. All I can do is punch people. I know nothing. I don't know how to do anything else.
Yeah, I don't quite know what's going on with my Twitch. I can't see the stream. At the minute, it's phased between two scenes.
That
That sounds wrong.
Yeah,
let
I
me
think my
pull up my
internet
Twitch.
is just being upset.
Let me pull up my Twitch, see what's going on here.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just. It's not refreshing for me. I think I'm
Yeah,
just because I'm
that's you.
sharing the
Looks bad
tab
on
with
my
many
end.
other things. Yeah.
The avatars are working. Foundry looks as right it's gonna get. But next time we actually play, it'll be a lot smoother and everything because it's not going to be running on one PC.
My Chrome at the minute is using 6 gigabytes of memory.
Oh my goodness.
It is chugging.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So we're just. I that all works out. I think my spell effect thing's working. Oh, that's fun as well.
You got yourself a little train sword there.
Yeah. Ooh. Yep, there we go. D4 -2. Great.
I did the fire.
Yes, you
I
did.
can see that.
Yeah, I can't make them roll. I guess they'll have to roll by themselves. But I did it, and then to get rid of that, I need to click on this. Yeah, and then beat. And I guess I can also lose concentration on it. Because that will be in my effects over here. Yeah, concentrating. Delete effect.
Oh yeah, I forgot that our weapons do things.
Yeah. Like your sword can actually offer you some armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, were we gonna do the rule video thing later on then? Or just have like the doc on our links?
But we're just gonna have the docs on our links right now.
Okay.
That's what we did last time.
Yeah, we've got a bunch of. I think we've got a couple things we've got to update on our Twitch page.
Yeah, we got a lot of things to do. What?
Well, we won't be starting for a bit.
2 weeks.
I mean, if you guys want to, we can read over the rules.
Yeah, I don't mind. It's certainly going to be a lot more familiar to people if they've played Lancer.
Well, at least crit wise.
Yeah. Where is that doc?
Yeah, I think
that's
it's
a question.
I searched for script in the Discord and it's on there. I can probably repin it or whatever.
Script.
We'll just read it off as is right now.
Nope.
There
you go. I think that was it.
Welcome to our impromptu fan fiction of ourselves.
Well, it's been ages since I've chatted with you guys, though. Like you were doing your bit, and then I think I had a birthday and all that.
Yeah, you kind of almost disappeared, aside from doing Pokemon streams.
Yeah, well, I didn't realize you guys had like a different server or something as well for the streams. I tried to see if I could just in on the voice call, but I couldn't see you in here.
No,
Yeah,
we
we
were.
were using it
Oh yeah, for the
for the Weird West game.
yeah.
Yeah.
We don't want to have to clutter up our main one.
There was
There
was a lot. And I wanted
Yeah.
control over it, being in
Yeah,
charge,
yeah.
so I just made a new one. So yeah. What do we wanna look at first, rules wise?
I mean, if you want to, we can just like pop off like one person read one section. Like if you look at the script, because let's start with how we do character creation. Someone starts out with classes and then pop off, like call out someone else's name. Next person reads the next session. Just
Great.
popcorn read this. We're back in
If
school,
only
guys.
if only we had a way of like randomly coming up with a number that we could assign to ourselves. Or
No,
something.
that's way too complicated.
There's
Just
only
shout out a name.
3 of us.
Shout
Yeah,
out a
we
name.
could like
Just pick an order and go.
Okay, I'll start here.
our
good.
champion.
Okay, we're gonna start with a little introduction. Hello, we're a few dice short, and we have a new homebrew D&D 5e campaign coming soon. Still
have a
figuring
name
out
yet?
that date, right? No, not yet. I was just gonna let you guys kind of like figure out I guess a group name or something.
Oh, okay.
Oh, but we didn't do that for the other campaign.
Yeah, we just kind of call it Adventures in Anchorville, which we can't really. We can kind of do here, but it's different.
Yeah, it's certainly different mechanics wise as well, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, so we don't want to give too much away just yet, because I mean it's not from character introductions, but just as itself's gonna be still Friday. We're releasing our last one, hopefully, as long as 2 people are okay with their audio. Which they did give me their audio today, so hopefully everything's good. Most of these rules are to enhance combat, so that way from a narrative perspective I can better say like, oh, that was a miss, oh, that was a glancing blow, blah blah blah. It just kind of helps me out and adds a level of tactic to it. Yes, we could be using a different system entirely, but I want to make this ours.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's start with how we do character creation. Chris, how's about you tell us more about our classes?
Okay. The players are given a lot of freedom, but remain balanced. Will be as balanced as the game typically is. Some classes may be different.
Like drunk?
What? I'm bad at reading out loud. That's what the problem is.
No, I think that was me because I was just really weird sentence structure. Yeah, keep going.
Some classes may be using different spellcasting modifiers than the official material, as we feel it better suits the story the players want to tell without taking away from their ideas. We will also be using some homebrew classes, subclasses, and 2 altered races. Yeah.
Which is interesting, because I know which one of the altered races are. I don't know the other one.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Ability scores. For our second campaign, we're going to be doing it a bit differently to what you might have seen before. We're going to start off as ittle bitty kids. So we have ittle bitty baby stats where we've rolled 3d4 plus 1. Stats can't be lower than a 6 or higher than 11 to sort of balance it out. But
Of course,
we are
that
going
kind
to
of
be
changed already.
yeah, we're going to be weak and low, but as we play, we will gain stats a bit more often, and then we'll sort of phase out of a level 0 stage to a level 1 stage, where I think we'll progress as normal.
That is correct.
And yeah, I think we were. You also get boosts and stuff depending on your intelligence mod. I wasn't sure how we're actually implementing that.
That'll be
There's a table.
later on.
That's
Yes,
later
there's a table
okay.
on like the actual rule page.
Ah, okay. Well, let's lead us into the overhauls, Tyler.
We did a bit of overhauling on some things that we feel lets us apply numbers to the narrative in a more constructive way, as I said earlier. Starting out with passive skills. We're experimenting with how passive skills work. Normally, it can be a bit confusing to utilize at times, if at all. I think most people just say, roll it for literally everything. Typically, passive skills are 10 plus a skills modifier. Instead of 10, we're going to do 5, but only 2 proficient skills. The other skills only get your skill modifier. These new totals will indicate the lowest a player can possibly roll. That means if you have 5 on a stat, on a skill, then you can open up any sort of like easy lock or anything, so long as your sleight of hand lockpicking's 5. Not even rolling. These new totals will indicate the lowest a player can roll with a skill check and such. This lets character skills stand out, like a rogue's reliable talent feature, but a little weaker. And we don't have a rogue, so I mean, they're not overcrowding anywhere.
Not yet. I'm going to give you my second page of character backstory.
Okay, listen here, buddy. I mean, granted, your character could probably actually go into rogue with his backstory.
Look, it's all fine. I'm totally a druid.
Little quick example, though. Let's say your character has +5 to survival and has proficiency. This means that the passive survival is 10, meaning the lowest they can roll is 10. That means any sort of DC for survival that requires 10, they automatically succeed. Now, granted, if they roll higher than a 10, regardless, they'll pass the roll. They know that, or I as DM would know that. But I can see just like how good they do it. Like, did they open this lock with time to spare? Did they, I don't know, jump a creek with such ease? He did like 5 backflips and nailed the landing. That kind of thing. But also, no one likes failing rolls. So, like, if you roll a 1 on that survival check, you're still good.
Maybe.
Poop.
Well, most of the time, it's not going to be as bad.
Yeah.
Perception is a little different, though. It gets a +5 regardless. But if you are proficient with it, you get the +10 as normal.
Nice.
We're still kind of testing it, but so far it's been working out in my home game. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing where I think it might make a difference that might not have been tested, I know is it Dispel Magic and Counterspell, you have to do an ability check. Well, I guess you can't be proficient in your ability modifier, though, can you? Oh, so I guess it would make a difference there.
Yeah. Yeah.
How does Jack of all trades interact with this? Because that's like half proficiency. Is that just 5 plus?
I mean, you'll get a slight bonus to everything.
Yeah.
It's like that kind of thing still applies as normal, roughly. Anyways, for advantage and disadvantage, Chris.
Yes. Advantage and disadvantage got to change too. By standard D&D or 5e. With advantage, a player rolls an additional d20, keeping the greater result. Same with disadvantage, however, keeping the lower. Our problem is they don't stack.
And we like rolling more dice.
Yes, exactly. No matter how many sources of advantage or disadvantage you have, you'll get The one additional roll, our method is to stack advantage with bonuses. If a character has advantage, they roll 2d20s, keeping the result as usual. But what if you have advantage from several sources? Add a d4 for each additional advantage you may have. There's some missing words in here. The same works for disadvantage, but in reverse. Roll your d20s, subtract a d4 for each additional disadvantage. Character with 2 advantages and a disadvantage will still get to roll 2d20 and keep the higher, but no d4 will be rolled to add or subtract from the roll. It is worth noting how this may interact with sneak attack, which draw fails if disadvantage exists. We changed this to be fails is
Oh
this
no!
overall. What?
That was me asking
confused.
Tyler a
Yeah,
question.
oh,
Tyler
sorry.
Yeah,
answered.
let's say I don't think I wrote that.
No, Tyler's
Blah.
answer was
Forget that last sentence then.
Usually, if a rogue has dis from any source, they can't get sneak, even if they ultimately have advantage to cancel out the dis. But we've decided as long as, say, if it's 2 advantages and 1 dis, that's positive overall, so they do get sneak. But
Yeah.
overall, they wouldn't.
So long as you're net positive.
Yeah.
Armors and weapons. Nathan, you want to start?
Yeah. So we're splitting up sort of AC, so it's not a solid AC anymore. You've got your evasion, which is essentially what AC was before, the number you need to roll in order to hit a target. And we have protection, which is damage mitigation. So if you have light armor, you're going to have higher evasion but lower protection. Heavy armors, you're going to have lower evasion, higher protection. And medium armor is, a balance of the two. So in general, characters are going to be easier to hit, but less damage will be dealt per instance. So you might see that this could favor higher single damage instances over multiple low damage instances. But then it might balance out because rolling multiple times, you're more likely to hit and all that sort of stuff. So it's a lot of interesting different things, and how that will affect the gameplay will be interesting to find out.
And also
if
note,
you
like,
have... Oh, sorry.
if you're a squishy character, like you don't have a lot of protections, but you got some decent evasion, if you're getting hit, then you're going to take a lot of damage. But later on, we'll get to the rules kind of alleviating some of that. So, go on, continue.
Yeah. So just for some feature changes, if you have unarmored defense for barbarians and monks, these will give evasion or protection depending on the sort of flavorings we're going for. But it will try to sort of be balanced to make sense. We're doing a change with shields as well. So obviously everything in the game that provides an AC, we're now going to have to allocate evasion or protection bonuses for. So shields, we're taking the avenue of providing evasion, as you sort of use your shield to block the attack. And we're giving shields an additional use. You can have your shield be destroyed to nullify a critical hit, which I think is quite interesting. And half of your shield's evasion bonus, rounded down, will be added to your dexterity and strength saves, a bit like the feat. So the default shield's going to give you 2 evasion, but we will be having new kinds of shields as well. Some bigger ones, smaller ones, just because Flavor Town, baby.
Something as big as your head.
Yeah. Spells that affect your AC will, again, provide either evasion or protection, sometimes both. Some sort of decisions were made already is that the shield spell will provide evasion, and the mage armor spell will provide protection. Cover will provide evasion, and we're also changing how armor proficiencies work. So usually, if you're wearing armor that you aren't proficient in, you have like a load of disadvantages to stuff and you can't cast spells. We're going to be changing that so that it only puts those restrictions on you if you don't meet the strength requirement. And not having proficiency will reduce the evasion the armor provides, but not the protection. So you could just have a semi-strong wizard in full plate that will just be able to hardly move, but take hits, mitigating damage, and cast spells still.
Yeah, so like if the party picks up an old wizard that's like 100 years old, human age, frail, but they outfit them with some like +2 plate armor. They good. They can't move anywhere, but no one's hurting them.
Yeah. Tyler, what difference or what changes are we making to sort of martial weapons?
Well, for weapons, the standard weapons in 5e are kind of boring to me. And I kind of want you guys to be able to like pick weapons that aren't just like, oh, this is the strongest, or this is just like the coolest just flavor. I want you guys to have like tactical decisions, or like maybe like this is your character and this is what they're gonna do. But like, for example, like what's really the difference between a long sword and a battle axe in 5e? Pretty much nothing. Except one goes to the barbarian, one goes to the fighter.
Yeah.
Well, what if stay with me here, what if we had categories for weapons? These categories provide benefits to evasion, or maybe debuffs to evasion, but for more bonuses. Or maybe something to offset the evasion debuff, maybe punch through some armor. At the moment, we have 6 weapon categories. Axes, these are going to be a lot cheaper, but they reduce someone's evasion by 1. But you also get a +1 against shields because it's a little easier to get around them. I was watching a bunch of different like Kima fighting videos and just like historical videos for weapons, by the way.
Nice.
So I kind of got these translated the best I can. For hammers, they're a little more expensive than axes. They also reduce your armor by 1, but you can ignore an amount of protections equal to your strength modifier. So like if someone is wearing plate armor or something, and you got some high strength and you got a mace, you may be hurting them pretty good anyways.
Yeah,
Swords?
good old punch through it.
Swords are very expensive, but they do offer +1 to evasion, which is very nice. Then there's heavy melee. These weapons increase the wound DCs that we'll get to later, letting you do massive damage to an enemy, like chopping off body parts or just making people lose eyes in session 0, that kind of thing.
So is it the case, just for clarification, is a battle axe a heavy melee or is it an axe or is it both?
It is an axe, and using it as a two-handed, that'll go down to two-handed. Like if it's like labeled as a heavy weapon, then that is the heavy melee.
Okay.
So want to be a battle axe, it'll be a great axe that you're thinking of.
Yeah,
Battle axe
so
is the versatile one.
great axes aren't axes, they're heavy melee.
Well, they're axes and heavy melee.
Oh, okay.
Pole arms. A character can use a reaction to make an opportunity attack against a creature that enters its attack range. So kind of like the Sentinel feature, except it's not going to reduce them to 0. They also provide decent defense. So +1. And again, it may sound strong, but anything that the players can do, I can also do. So they can have a whole bunch of goblins with spears, and yeah, I'm sure that's going to be a great time. Two-handed melee. These weapons gain damage bonus equal to their strength modifier. So if you have, like, say, the great axe, it'll count as an axe, a heavy melee, and a two-handed melee weapon.
Yes.
So in a regular battle axe, the versatile, if you're using it in 2 hands, it'll count as a two-handed melee and an axe. If you're using it in 1 hand, just an axe.
Very nice.
And then Stealthy Armament, scoring a critical hit doubles your damage modifier. That one I am very iffy on myself, even though I'm the one that wrote it.
I mean, it's scoring a crit doubles your damage modifier is essentially the same as two-handed melee, right? Because if you're dealing bonus damage, you
pretty
can do your
close,
strength
yeah.
mod. It's just two-handed melees all the time, and Stealthy Armament is only when you crit.
Yeah. And Stealthy Armaments are going to be things like daggers, so it's not going to be very big things.
I do like that if you have a maul, that would be like a hammer which ignores protection, and then two-handed melee.
Yeah, mauls are going to be terrifying.
Yeah, that's a lot of extra damage happening there.
So yeah, just imagine like, I don't know, ogre or something, with a maul coming after you guys.
Yeah, that's gonna be ouchy.
Stay away.
Yeah, do not get close.
Especially since, like, when we're not really changing attack bonuses, but in general, evasion's going to be lower than AC. So I think we are going to be hit more often, like a bit more than we expect, which is scary.
Yes, but again, we have some things to kind of offset that a little later on.
Yeah.
For combat overhaul, it's a fairly lengthy one. Chris.
Yeah. Let's see. All combat starts with initiative rolls. They rely on dexterity. Why not let our eyes and ears of the party react to the threat that is detected? We're allowing players to use dexterity or wisdom as their initiative ability modifier. Small change with something that can add some more variables to a round lineup. For attacks of opportunity, it can be triggered when a character is interacting with something non-combatively, like picking up a weapon and administering aid to an ally with a medicine check, or even standing up from prone.
Which seems upsetting if we run up to someone to med them and just get smacked.
Yep.
Yeah,
but I mean, it also makes knocking people prone feel worth it.
Yeah, I'm also. Trolls don't care about war crimes.
To make up for a higher chance of being hit, we are adding some universal reactions. We've got dodge, brace, intercept, and quick analysis. These can be used to help avoid attacks or damage. However, they come at a cost depending on the ability. The dodge reaction allows a character to attempt a dexterity saving throw against the attack roll to avoid a hit. But the character loses a bonus action and half their movement on their next turn. Brace lets sturdy characters take blows that do not hit by... What?
That
do hit. I added a word in there. That do hit by reducing damage taken by amount equal to a character's constitution plus athletics. This effect lasts the rest of the current turn at the cost of the next turn's action.
Yeah, that's a big one.
These are like high risk, high reward things. It's, again, trying to make things more tactical, a little more narrative focused in a way. No, my little robot broke.
Uh-oh. Interception is a sacrifice, allowing a character to swap positions and take a hit in place of an adjacent ally. The character who intercepts the attack will always take damage and must forgo a bonus action on their next turn.
A quick note about interception.
Yeah.
I did talk about this in my home game, and it was so ridiculous that I'm going to allow it. If someone uses their reaction to intercept, to pull, like, say, Chris, you're being attacked, and Leo, you're wanting to save him. You use your intercept. Hold on, I know it's a big if, but you grab him, pull him out of the way, and you take the arrow shot coming. I would allow, say, Grimmer to also use intercept on Leo in the same instance, because I just find that hilarious. Just everyone use their reaction to intercept the blow.
You see, if we have like 100 people in the party and we all intercept, we'll end up traveling at the speed of light and like heat up the air around us such that the arrow would set on fire and be burnt before it got here.
Of course, you have to be
There you
close
go.
enough to actually intercept.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it only works, what, 8 times?
Yeah, roughly. And that's in like perfect conditions.
Yeah. Quick analysis is for characters who rely on smarts to get out of danger. Using intelligence, a creature can give up a bonus action to better avoid being hit for a turn. Hit for a turn by increasing their evasion and saving throws by their intelligence modifier.
So if you got a wizard that's out of shield, you can just use this.
Yeah, nice.
So is this that's is that a reaction thing? Because it says gives up a bonus action and then it costs them the next turn's action.
All 4 of those are reactions. They just have some cost to them.
So quick analysis costs both a bonus action and a action?
It's your reaction, and then your next turn you can't use your bonus action.
Okay.
Oh no, it does say both.
It says both.
Okay,
I don't know if
that should be bonus action. Yeah.
Okay.
That should just be bonus action.
Sorted.
There we go. Let's see. This is just for fun. Little add-ons every player has access to. Yeah.
I feel like those kind of things they're not going to be used entirely often, I don't think, but when they are used, I feel it's going to be very impactful.
Yeah, it's interesting as well because not a lot of classes and stuff get bonus action options, at least early on. So there'll be the case where you might as well use the reaction for some of them.
Yeah, but once you start getting to higher tiers where you're really needing to use that bonus action to kill the guy that's trying to kill you, that's when things get a little risk rewardy.
Critical hits and fails. So landing a natural 20 on an attack roll grants max damage on the attack, and you add double the damage dice to that. So I think what we're meaning there is when you deal extra damage equal to the max number on the second dice, is it? Or we roll
yes.
2 dice?
It's how we've been doing crits. Where I just wrote that very poorly.
It's all good. So yeah, if you land a crit and let's say you're rolling 2d6 plus 4, you roll 2d6 plus 4 and then you add 12 because 12 is the maximum of 2d6.
Correct.
Critical hits also create wound saves, which we're getting onto later. And rolling a nat 1 means that you must roll on the fumble table. So depending on if it's melee or ranged, some different things can happen. I don't know if there's a fumble table for spell casting, because obviously a lot of the fumbles are you drop your weapon, for example.
Well, I have a special for magic attacks.
It blowing
up in your face.
Also have a fumble. Yeah. So, if you roll natural 20s on saving throws, then I think you take half damage. If you would take full damage normally on a... Sorry, no. If you'd usually take half damage on a success, you instead take none, is what we're doing.
Yeah.
And a nat 1 would be considered you critically failing or them critically hitting you. So the damage dice stuff happens, and you have to do a dreaded wound save.
So yeah, you don't want a natural 1 against like a fire breath or something, because that would be bad.
Yeah. I feel like I should have played a halfling. What are glancing saves?
Glancing saves? I can't remember. Did we actually decide to use this?
We did a thing where we were gonna do if you hit by a lot more, then that counts as a crit, a bit like how Lancer does it. But I don't know. Did we end up? We didn't like that, and I don't know how we felt about saves.
I don't remember.
I think glancing saves is fine because spellcasters probably need the knockdown. But I don't know what we all voted for.
Well, we can always change our mind if we end up not liking it. All this is just like whatever we feel, anyways. Glancing saves. If a creature succeeds a save by 10 or more of the DC, so like if the DC is 15 but you roll 25, good job. Any damage taken is half regardless. So like if you would take half damage from a save versus succeeding, you would take half of that damage. So it's just a little bonus for being just so darn awesome.
Yeah, and I think it's a nice sort of balance of the fact that, if you nat one a fireball, you're probably dead. Like, what is it, 66? That's like 36 damage plus whatever damage is rolled.
Don't nat
like,
one on a fireball.
Yeah.
I don't plan on hitting you guys with many fireballs early on, so you should be okay. Maybe just like one or two.
It's when you pull out like the mind blast and no one has an intelligence save.
Yeah. Oh, that would suck. Anyways, Chris,
making ranged attacks while prone. While prone on a stable surface and attacking with a crossbow or a firearm, attack with advantage. Your target's at least 15 feet away. You attack with disadvantage if they are within 15 feet. Yeah. Nice change. 'Cause it always felt weird being disadvantaged for every ranged attack when you're prone.
Yeah, for bows, I understand it. But for crossbows and firearms, that makes no sense.
How about if you have one of them like snooker cues that you use to sort of line up your shot?
What?
Yeah, like in pool. You've got your... Anyway.
I don't think we're playing pool with this, but okay.
Potions can be used as a bonus action or an action. To force another creature to drink a potion requires an action. So I know, I think raw to interact with an action is an action, but now you can glug down your own juices with a bonus action.
Please. That's an interesting way to say that.
Yeah, please. We probably should just skip over you for potions.
Oh, drats.
Anyways, carrying on, probably our favorite part, the wounds tables. Especially Matt's favorite part.
I don't know, making people do wound saves was fun. So
yeah. If you've seen campaign 1, you should already be familiar with this. If a character takes a critical hit, or they take damage that deals half or more of their maximum hit points, or if they reach 0 hit points, that character must make a wound save. This is a DC 4 Constitution saving throw that increases by 4 for every one of those conditions that are met, up to DC 16. On a failed save, the character... I should probably actually take that up to DC 16 because of weapon bonuses and stuff, so we're just going to take that out.
Yeah.
There we go. That's gone. Never existed. On a failed save, the character that rolled must roll on the wound damage table according to the type of damage that they took. So if they took fire damage and you failed that save, well, you're going to have some extra crispy limbs. Or depending on whatever you get. These can range to temporary disadvantages to total obliteration of your character. So have fun with that. Like, again, with fire, you can be instantly incinerated if you reach 0 HP and take a heavy enough hit and fail your save.
Oh, I don't mean to interject. I just realized, with evasion and protection, is an unarmed creature's evasion 10+ dex, or is it lower because
it depends on the creature.
Typically, armor gives lower. So, I've got +1 dex, so I should be on 11, or should I be a bit less?
Let me double check your character.
Yeah, I think it's just giving me the default 10 unarmored +1. I don't know if we're changing what unarmored is for a default character. Just because, I think leather armor gives less AC than for
leather armor. Light armor, it provides 10. It's as normal for leather armor.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I
So
will
you would still
continue.
you still have 11. So all good there.
Boop, boop.
Okay, down but not out, Chris.
Oh yay! The one. There's lots of words here.
Yes,
When a character
congratulations.
reaches 0 hit points, they are no longer just fall unconscious. They can, but there's a chance that they won't. Upon hitting 0 hit points, the characters make a wound save, and then a Constitution check of a DC 10 or the equal to the damage taken, whichever is higher. If they succeed, they are dying but conscious, able to still perform some actions and move 5 feet per turn, allowing them to maybe save themselves. Get that last one shot in, or maybe encourage the Manticore to finish off his prey first. I hadn't read that before. They fail the check, they fall unconscious per usual. If a character has more successes than fails, they are dying but conscious. This is also a tool for DM to decide whether a creature would bother attacking a downed creature. Is the ogre more concerned with just killing the party? Then it may likely avoid targeting an unconscious creature. Maybe it's a hungry owlbear. May run off the other players to drag the fresh kill to a safe spot to enjoy. Kitty cat.
Yes, hello, cat. Why are you so loud? Come here. Stop yelling. I know you can't hear me, but come here.
Sadistic overlords may inflict emotional damage.
Yep, that's me. Cat, come here. Hold on one
Cat
second.
is a sadistic overlord.
Okay, keep going. It's fine.
Nathan, do you want to do crits and death saves?
Yeah. So usually a nat 20 on a death save will have you come up with 1 HP, all sorted. We're going to be changing it where a nat 20 grants 2 saves. So, it's still positive and we still have the being conscious thing from before. So a nat 20 on a death save is a bit less, but it's still useful. And a nat 1 still results in 2 fails. Getting 3 successful death saves stabilizes you, giving you 1 HP and temporary hit points equal to your con mod. So that is obviously a much better benefit. Usually I think you're just asleep for 1d4 hours.
Yep.
And a nat 20 in your last success will also give you additional hit points equal to your hit die plus your con mod, which is a pretty nice buff as well. But if you have at least 1 death save, you maintain 1 failed death save and gain a level of exhaustion when you come back up. So
if you
if
fail
you
to
get
save.
yeah. So if you get down but don't have any fails, I think you get up and you're fine. But if you have 1 fail, you keep that fail and you get some exhaustion stuff.
That is correct, because dying is exhausting.
Yeah. And you remove all failed saves after a long rest.
Right.
So it might be the case that we have 3 combats, 2 of which you received a fail and another fail. So you would be, the next time you go down, you'd start with 2 fails, which would be very scary, but they would refresh as long as you have a good old nap.
But that's why you just have to come at things smart, because I don't really throw combats to you guys like willy-nilly. It's usually things that you can't avoid most of the time, like not fireballing the werewolf and the witch.
Yeah, I've been playing like a play-by-post game, and I've only now started throwing multiple combats at people, and it is a lot more fun when you have to actually think and manage your resources, I think.
Yeah, like depending on the situation, like if you guys have made a lot of enemies, then yeah, you might be getting a lot more combats, but maybe it's more of a chill, you guys are just gonna RP, and maybe the occasional combat, It's kind of up to you guys how things go. And given Mirren's character, I'm sure there's going to be plenty of opportunities for combat to arise, and then Leo to encourage it.
Look, Leo's here to make sure we win every combat, and that they never try again,
Anyways, as we were saying, dying is exhausting. To reiterate, if you fail a single death save, you gain a level of exhaustion. You only gain one level of exhaustion per times you're being knocked down. So if you fail twice while being down once, then it's still only the one exhaustion. But if you get back up and get knocked down again, then you can get another exhaustion.
Yeah, so it might be the case as well. Like if an enemy has a damaging aura, it might be better to let the person take the damage while they're down and risk complete death than getting them up so they can go down again anyway.
Yeah.
I was wondering actually, with the down but not out, it says as long as you have more successes than fails, you're conscious.
Correct.
But is that true even if you initially become unconscious? So let's say I fail the initial con check, but then I get a success at the start of my turn. Am I then conscious?
That's
yes.
not more. That's
Okay.
equal.
Oh yeah.
Well, no. So
yeah, if
yeah,
you
like,
that's just another. Yeah, you have to get another success before you come back to consciousness. So you have to get 2 passes.
Oh, you have to have more. Okay, I see.
Yeah, it's if you have more successes than fails, you're conscious.
Yeah, so if the character's they've just
One at
now
one.
gone down, which means they have nothing, but they failed the DC 10 con check, and then they start the turn and get a 1. That's 1 to 0, right?
Well,
so then they're conscious.
If they roll a 1, then that's 2 fails.
No,
the first con check sets your state.
Yes.
So you either are awake or not.
Yes. So you haven't failed anything. So if you do on your next turn, whenever you roll, if you do succeed on your death save, then you are conscious because because you have more successes than fails.
Successes than fails.
Yes.
Okay, so it's likely the turn that you start being down, you're kind of likely to be awake because you make the initial check when you go down, and then at the start of your turn you roll a death save.
You have a better chance of staying conscious.
Yeah. Okay.
Not by much, but it's there. Unless you just have a really, really bad time.
I guess so just because like if the initial death save can change you from being awake to not awake or not awake to awake, regardless of your initial con check, is there a need for the con check, I guess? If the save then determines if you have more successes than fails or more fails than successes.
Well, it's more or less so narratively. Did you get knocked down and instantly go unconscious, or are you still there?
So I guess you could still take a reaction as well.
Yes.
If you're conscious before your turn. Okay.
Like it also lets me know narratively, like, oh, he's still awake. I need to bash his head in.
yeah, I see. Yeah. Okay.
We don't have everything on the script, but I got the rest of it here.
Okay.
A little section called "Kicking Them When They're Down." Again, if someone's prone and you have a ranged weapon, so long as you have clear line of sight of them and they're not really moving much, you can hit them just fine. Because it's really weird to have someone sitting there dying, not moving. But gosh darn it, you got a bow and arrow, so that means you can't hit the prone person because you're using a ranged weapon. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, I know. I think Lancer does it where if you're prone, any attack has accuracy. Instead of just like range not getting it.
And if you take damage while in the dying state, again, as usual, you fail death save. But if you have armor, and the armor actually nullifies all damage from the attack, then you don't fail your death save. So you can just stand there being killed and everything, but you're not actually failing death saves. Someone can. Are we
still doing the all attacks within 5 feet of an unconscious target a crit? So that's 2 fails.
Yes.
Okay.
Getting 3 death save stabilizes you, giving you 1 HP, and temporary hit points equal to your con modifier, minimum 0. That means you got a little bit of a buffer there. A natural 20 on your last save grants you hit points equal to your hit die plus your constitution modifier. So you get even more actual hit points instead of just temporary.
Poip.
Either way, if you failed at least 1 death save, you maintain the 1 death save as usual. And you get the exhaustion. We also have a little thing that kind of came up a little more recently. Last-ditch efforts. These are things that are rarely ever going to be used, if at all. These are things to... The big bad guy's about to win. Everyone's down, but like say your wizard is still conscious and he's wanting to give it one last shot, which could be at the expense of his own life. He can do that. He can make that sacrifice, and there's a good chance he'll succeed, but there is the chance that he could fail. But at the very least, he's going to make the bad guy hurt. So we'll start out with tap magic. Do you need to cast just one more spell, but you're just out of spell slots? Have you ever had that happen to you? Huh? Have you ever had that happen to you? With these rules, a caster can attempt to cast a spell at the cost of their own physical well-being.
Yay!
Just as a note, a creature that is immune to exhaustion still actually suffers exhaustion from these effects because they're still depleting their own body.
Can't have a lich cheating the rules.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. First, the caster declares what they wish to cast and at what level. The caster then makes the ability check using their spellcasting modifier plus a proficiency bonus. The DC is 10 plus the spell's level. On a success, the caster gains 1 level of exhaustion and they cast the spell as desired. However, on a failed check, the caster to cast a spell, you cast it as you want. Like, you actually cast your spell, all good. But you gain a little more exhaustion, depending on the spell level. Spell levels 1 to 3, 1d4 exhaustion. 4 to 6, 1d4 plus 1. 7 to 9, 1d4 plus 2. So there's a chance you can just outright kill yourself there. And that would suck.
Yep.
Overcharge. Do you really need to cast that fireball at 9th level? But you only have level 5 spells. Don't worry. There's good news. Now you can. A caster can attempt to cast a spell using a spell level greater than their current highest spell slot at the cost of exhaustion. A creature immune to exhaustion is still subject to these effects. This is the same for all these abilities. First, again, the caster declares one of their available spells and what level to cast. So, again, if you want to cast Fireball at 9th level, you say, I want to cast Fireball at 9th level. Then the caster makes an ability check using their spellcasting modifier plus proficiency bonus. Again, the DC is 10 plus the spell's declared level. On a success, the caster gains a level of exhaustion equal to the difference between the spell level being cast versus your current highest spell slot. On a fail check, the caster fails to cast a spell, and they have to roll on the Overcharge table, which is 2d4, which ranges from gain 6 levels to exhaustion, so immediately kill over, up to no effect. But on average, you'll be rolling, gain at least 1 level of exhaustion.
I do like a level 1 caster could just be like, oh, I'm gonna like try to cast this cure wounds at 9th level, and then
Yeah.
just die because they get 8 levels of exhaustion.
Yes. So if you absolutely need to do that, that is an option. I don't recommend it though. Okay. And then there's also stuff for marshals. So the fighter actually has a chance to do some extra stuff. Each class proficient with at least 2 martial weapons gets an amount of martial will equal to their proficiency modifier. Martial will can be used to temporarily empower a creature. Once used, you do not regain use of these points until you complete a long rest, and have no exhaustion by the end of that long rest. The number of brackets. Oh, sorry, that was for me. You know an amount of will powers based on your class and your level. You also choose the damage type whenever you first choose this ability, if the power requires it. After you use a willpower and its effect has ended, you roll on the draining effort table. Some of the martial powers are all or nothing at the As part of an attack action, you let loose a primal cry and gain an additional attack this turn. And your next successful hit this turn is considered a critical hit. Also, wound DCs caused by you have disadvantage.
Ooh.
Yeah. On a natural 20, you roll an additional damage die for each damage source that you are dealing. However, there are some drawbacks with this powerful one. Missing deals 1d4 damage to yourself as you struggle. A natural 1 results in 1 level of exhaustion, along with 1d4 damage. And then, of course, after that attack, you roll on the draining efforts table, which is 2d4, which range from gain 5 levels to exhaustion to no effect. And on average, you'll be gaining at least 1 level of exhaustion. There's some other powers there, like Killer Precision, as part of an attack action. Until the end of your next turn, you gain an additional you gain an additional attack for this turn, and now you crit on 1 number less on your critical threshold. So instead of natural 20, you crit on natural 19 and 20. And there's a bunch of other abilities there as well. And I might add some
Yeah,
later.
we'll have them all on the sheet and stuff, won't we?
Yeah, I have like the full list here.
And if we ever go to make a video, I guess we can just have it pop up on the screen for a moment.
We'll see about that. And then, of course, something that's probably never even going to come up. I do have some rules for lycanthropy that I was working on.
Ooh.
But I don't anticipate right now any lycanthropes being in the game just yet.
No, but how about vampires?
That would be kind of going along the same lines as the lycanthropes.
Okay, so if I want to be a were-shark vampire, I just have to time it right.
You can't do that. But yeah, that's the rules that we're going to be using. If you're confused, add us.
Yeah, if anyone's familiar with Lancer, we're just borrowing a few things from there, basically, and then having some fun with different damage types.
Yeah, we're kind of just blending a couple things, and again, I think our favorite's the wound tables.
Did we decide if different types of armor are providing unique resistances, or did we go against that?
They're not going to be providing any resistances.
Ah, okay.
They're just going to have the general protections, because I was playing around with it in the home game, and it didn't work well.
I guess there's a lot of stuff to keep track of as well.
Yeah,
and, if your
our
marshal
paladin
only deals piercing, oh yeah,
our paladin in the home game, I literally couldn't hurt him. So we were all like, yeah, we need to change this. Whereas the rogue was getting his shit kicked in like every single combat. The paladin is just like, I'm just standing here, everyone's attacking me, and I haven't taken a single hit point of damage.
Yeah. So with the protections, could you mix that with, is it Heavy Armor Master, where you take 4 off?
Yes.
I guess if we do want to play a tank, that's probably a good way to go.
Yes.
But no, I'm looking forward to it. I didn't play a spellcaster before, so I might try to do that this time.
You might.
I
You're
might.
not sure.
I would hope so,
Well-
given your class.
Maybe.
I'm excited to play mine. It'll be interesting. Got some stuff to do still to figure out flavor for how I cast my spells and stuff, but
Yeah, I think I might have an interest in. I don't know. There's certainly opportunity to have some weird flavors going on with magic. I think bonfire will be normal, your typical spontaneous fire.
Yeah, that's probably going to be the best for that one. Just normal bonfire, nothing weird. We'll get to the weird stuff later.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be using Leo's going to be a standard class, but his subclass is going to be also. It's an additional subclass under the subclass, pretty much.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's a subclass.
So it's technically going to be as balanced as the class normally is.
And to be fair, I don't
Just
know
different
how
damage
balanced
types,
the class normally is.
Well, given what it is, I'm assuming it's probably broken normally.
Yeah. I mean, without giving too much away, I think there is ways of getting infinite stuff as well later on. But anyway.
Anyways, Mirren is going to be a homebrew class.
yeah.
Not from us. We'll release that information later, what he's going to be. But Brimmer is going to be a fighter. And the other two, we're not going to talk about until Friday. Whenever I release the video then. Or I guess Saturday. Yeah, we'll just do it Saturday. Since we're not actually having a game Saturday, except for the one shot.
Keep a hot look at our Twitter and or YouTube to catch the vid.
And be sure to come here next Saturday to see the vid live before anyone else, because you're special.
Yeah.
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 You deserve this.
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Ooh, one sec. Oh, I managed to mute myself before I gave an almighty sneeze. Anyway,
Good
what we're doing, what we're
job.
talking.
So we've got
yeah.
Anything else we want to?
Yeah, I guess the
Cool.
general layout is like we're going to be starting off as younger individuals, just so like I guess a lot more of the backstory is intertwined with each other.
Yes. The idea for this is to have you guys have a very close personal relationship from a very early time, and then watch as I crush it all later on in life. But yeah, they're going to be starting out between 8 to 10, and first few sessions are just going to be like just general kid stuff, more or less. Mostly a lot of RP. I do have probably 2 special sessions in mind where they're going to be LARPing in D&D, which is going to be interesting to do. So you're gonna have to be acting as your character, acting as a character.
Did we have a macro for the fumbles, by the way? I just couldn't see it to add to my.
I haven't put them on there yet. I got them made. I just haven't given you guys access.
I'm gonna be playing a character with dark vision, I think, as well.
Yes.
I'm not. Spoilers. Mirren's a human. He's blind.
Boo human. Yeah, you're gonna be the only one without dark vision.
Yep.
You see, I kind of was last time just because Cassius had a glowing face.
Yep.
That is true.
My favorite thing is I also don't have access to a light cantrip. So
I'll just set you on fire every now and then, right? That'll be fine.
I'm sure that'll go fine.
Well, I have a bunch of candles as a child. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
My dad lets me play with fire.
I forgot to add one of my things, actually. I'll add that now.
Wait, why do you have so many things as a child?
I don't have so many things.
It's like 3 things that you've forgotten to do today.
Well, that's because I was changing. Totally a druid.
You only have, aside from, you only have 6 items on your person, not counting rocks.
Rocks? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. Well, no, 5 items and a wonderful best friend.
I have a lot. Also, I think I started with the most money. So
yes, that's probably because you're a prince, but whatever.
Yeah, what's money? I've got this neat hunting trap. Put your hand in it.
No, I was hearing someone talk about, like, actually heard this from a couple different places, where like, oh, if your PCs are going to be nobles, don't let them be like any position of royalty, like a prince or something, or like opportunity to become king, because they'll completely screw up your game. Like, dude, I'm counting on it. This just lets me throw more at him.
Well, I just know that my background has more letters in it, so I must be more important. That's how Leo sees it.
Longer name, better.
I'm so excited to see what you have for us and what we end up doing, and it'll be fun.
Vonnie was a bit too nice, I think. Like, she sat in prison because it was the right thing to do.
Even when it was the clearly wrong thing to do.
Yeah.
They're going to murder you. Yeah, that's fine. I'm in prison.
Well, because we did nothing wrong. And we did do something wrong, but she was naive enough to not think that we did. So, we're going to be changing things up a bit.
With Leo, who is going to attempt to commit at least a little genocide.
Nothing that's, like, out the ordinary.
Wow.
I mean, your character isn't exactly evil. He's just in a weird place.
Yeah. One person's torture is another person's mercy, or something. It'll be fine.
Mirren is just complaining that he has to go to school all the time.
And then after school, he has to go to school.
Yeah. Extracurricular school.
But good thing is, whenever you are free, you got your best buddy Grimmer to hang out with.
Yeah. Cool.
Yes. Very start of the campaign, Mirren and Grimmer are going to already have a relationship, and we're gonna go from there.
Hopefully, this time Matt's character won't ruin my life.
I think your character has a better chance of ruining his life this time around. I don't think it's going to happen, but I think there's a better chance that way.
Yeah.
I just really appreciate how angry Leo is, like, only slightly angrier than normal Leo, but still very angry.
What's my mad looks silly.
Just violently shaking.
I'll save the other one for stream when it really needs to happen.
That's or yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing all the avatars in one place. I worked very hard on those.
Oh, that's very
Yeah,
good.
they look
Very
really
good.
good.
Yeah, we had
But-
a Tiny Paca do all the character art, but then I went through and I modified it heavily to do all the things
For
that you're
the
seeing.
emotions. Yeah. I sad.
Look at him, he's crying. Oh.
Yeah.
I do like the sparkles. They're very, very nice and sort of waving side to side.
Yeah.
And then more
looks good.
shaking. I do need to find better hotkeys for it though. Having all this different stuff open though is upsetting my perspective on Twitch. I think I might just run that on my phone in future.
Yeah. Just have it in just put it in chat mode or something.
Only.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, hopefully
we,
next time I'll have my laptop finished setting up for OBS, so that way Foundry isn't lagging horribly. Because I have to run another Ethernet cable through my ceiling.
Nice.
Another one? Like you already have one for your ceiling?
I have one through my ceiling for my computer that I'm using right now, but the Wi-Fi really sucks in my house. It's only really good in certain spots, so I need to run an Ethernet cable for my laptop.
Ah.
And I also have to
Juicy.
run one for my brother's computer anyway, so we'll just put like a Ethernet switch board or something upstairs.
Yeah, the only thing I can relate is we recently got a snake and we've been having to like drill holes and stuff to get wires in and out, but also tape them up so the snake can't get in or out. It's been a fun experience watching them climb around. But it's not Ethernet issues. Is there anything else you wanted to be talking about? Has anyone got any questions in chat?
I mean, yeah. Or if you guys have questions about what you guys are thinking for campaign 2 or anything like that, like questions for me or whatever.
I don't think so. I like all the goodies we're sort of getting as we slowly progress in our early stages.
Yes, every session is going to be have a time skip to it, like to a couple months to a year.
Yeah.
And each time there's just every session, everyone's going to get some sort of bonus. Like they're going to get ability score point or two. They're going to get some skills. And then by like roughly session 10, 11, they're going to be actual fully statted characters. They're going to have their class and everything.
Yeah.
And then we'll really begin with the going dungeon delving and stuff. First couple sessions going to be them just getting to know each other and just having fun as kids.
Will we also... Were we going to have like a larger time gap to where we become like sort of adventuring age? Because I wasn't sure if we were having a larger time gap, would that be...
Yes, there will be.
Potentially separate development that then comes back together, or will we be staying together sort of thing, depending on the character?
That depends on your characters. Like if your character... In between these sessions...
Going away.
Yeah, in between these sessions, you guys are going to be able to tell me like what your character's doing in between the time gaps and stuff. Like,
okay.
Like Mirren, you want to go off to some other land to study abroad for a month or whatever, or a year, then you do that. Leo, if you want to run away again, you can do that.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't mind trying to stow away for some free boarding school. That's how boarding schools work, right?
Yeah, I'm also not going to a boarding school, so don't come with me.
Oh, Leo do what he wants.
But,
now you're just encouraging the stowaway.
And then the final child to adventure session, that's going to be a much larger gap, where most of them are probably going to be split up to at least some degree for certain stretches, and then they're all going to come back together, and yeah, they're going to set out and explore the world and do what they do.
Whoop whoop.
which most of the time for his first few sessions is going to take place in a very nice port city called Verori, where they're going to be adventuring in and just general area around.
Is that my home?
Yes. The hell?
Did not know that.
Yeah, Verori is your home.
I know that was the name of the town. I don't think you've told me that.
I'm pretty sure I put it into the Frigdalian chat.
Uh-oh. Maybe I missed it.
Imagine reading. Yeah.
For reading for nerds.
Yeah, I know that I'm just living the free life.
Yeah, so like in between the sessions, you'll notice that the characters are going to have more skills, and then after about 10 or so sessions of them being kids, are finally going to like hit that growth spurt, and they're going to be adults with their finalized classes, skill sets, and have some good armor, and hopefully.
I think we're also doing it where every race like ages at the same rate as a human, sort of thing, right? I think that was that the new rules in. Is it Tasha's?
The Mordenkainen.
Oh yeah, somewhere. Yeah, it might have been Mordenkainen's, or was it Multiverse of Monsters or something?
Yeah,
where it added and did extras to a load of races. I think they just said everything ages as a human and dies after a century unless it says otherwise.
Yeah, I haven't read into that, but just for this case, for like basic aging from childhood to adult, like everyone ages roughly the same, but they might have longer lifespans.
Yeah.
So like Leo the elf over here is gonna outlive Mirren in a natural sense.
Probably not in a realistic sense.
yeah. That's why I said natural sense. But they're gonna age pretty close to the same.
Okay.
Leo just might have a little more of a younger. He'll just maintain that younger complexion for a lot longer in a way. Where Mirren's gonna get old and wrinkly super fast.
Yay!
I was making a villain at one point, and I decided they're going to be an Aarakocra, and an Aarakocra die after like 20 years. Like they hardly live at all. I wanted them to be like a level 20 wizard, and they must have mastered that in like 10 years.
Yeah, race ages like that don't make any sense to me.
Yeah, like
actually not for player characters.
For an Aarakocra, you have like 8 generations in one elf's lifespan easily. It's weird. So I do prefer the extra that they made in the recent book, whichever one it was.
Yeah, Eric Croc, I see them as probably like, yeah, I guess probably roughly the same as like Elias, where they at least naturally lived to like 60, but they can go a little further. Like that to me, that's manageable there. But 20 years, that's just weird because, yeah, it's just odd.
Yeah, it's just
I can't comprehend that.
Yeah.
This must be what elves feel like humans.
Yeah.
I can't comprehend why you live like 100 years max.
Are we doing traditional elf lore and stuff with like elves reincarnate and how they like enter adulthood is when they dream, they have their funny trance, but their trance is different at different stages in their life. So sometimes they see past lives, sometimes they see future lives, sometimes they see their own life.
Well,
is that a thing?
It is with certain elves in this lore, but for like yours case, I'll let you decide if you want that or not.
Oh yeah, I think Leo just likes a nap, to be fair.
Like your particular species of elf, maybe like they don't do that. They just live and die like everyone else.
Yeah.
They're not like super special. I'm an elf, therefore I'm better at living.
I do remember seeing a funny thing with like that idea of elf lore, that having a lot of children at once is a bad sign because it means a lot of elves are about to die.
Yeah. That would be weird.
Yeah, I guess.
Honey, we're having quintuplets. What?
Yeah.
Call the government to let them know what's about to happen.
Help! We're being prosperous. Yeah, I feel like I've got all my questions answered.
Now, like most high elves in this setting, they kind of go by that, though not exactly.
Okay.
It's a little different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless you guys got any more questions, I think I'm willing to call it for today.
Yeah. I think. Well, we didn't interact much with the Underdark of this world in the first campaign. We sort of skimmed
not until the
around it.
prologue.
Yeah.
Yeah, where it wasn't even really the Underdark. I just kind of had to go through a quick journey through the Underdark, and oh look, parents.
Yeah.
But
spoiler alert.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine.
Are we gonna? How likely is it that we'll run into Ianth?
Early on, very unlikely unless you guys do something extremely crazy.
Yeah.
And then she might get topped off like,
magic?
oh shit, this is happening again.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you guys start using time magic, yeah, you'll probably run into her eventually pretty fast.
Well, I like the idea that Mahir, has made like a tale of the great adventures, and people start like trying to turn each other to stone so they can get a second clone of themselves or something, misunderstanding the tales.
But yeah, I forgot about Mahir and all of his schools.
Yeah, Mahir would technically also still be alive at this point.
Yeah, so for
he'd
how
be very old,
far
but he's there.
That campaign is it in years?
Roughly about 100 years, roughly. I can't remember exactly off the top of my head.
Yeah,
Hobbs is dead.
Yes, Hobbs is very dead.
Unless I did something real weird.
Probably put him into a book.
Yeah.
Cassius, he may or may not be dead.
Oh, because he could be hiding in the Fae.
Yes.
Well, he would have died sooner because time in the Fae happens
unless
quicker.
Fae.
Unless they keep him alive.
Unless yeah.
Vonnie, she might be dead.
Gone. I think monks, they don't experience old age, but they still die of old age.
Yeah.
So she would have been like painting a wall one day, and the next day just not woken up, I guess. A nice peaceful.
Doing some deadlifts in the morning, dead by the evening.
Yeah.
I'm excited for all of the rumors of the metal alligator that does magic in the world.
Yeah, that's not going to come up very often, especially in your location necessarily. But once you start traveling more towards the Empire, that might pop up a little more.
It'll be interesting, like if we ever do play Lancer on a Saturday, like if that's the plugin. Like people found this mechanical magic alligator and wanted one for themselves.
Sentient alligator. Crocodile.
Yeah. Who's looking for his daddy?
That's sad.
It is. So two characters, well technically three, are still alive in this period. And then there's Cassius, who may or may not be alive. I'm probably gonna talk them out on that one.
Yeah.
And then of course Hobbs' body definitely dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, she's gone.
But
How long do
body also
wargs
dead.
live for?
What?
How long do wargs live for?
Oh,
How's
it's
Limber?
dead. It died.
I do enjoy that wargs could be spellcasters with the sidekick rules because they know warg and goblin.
Oh, that is
Weird.
true.
It's just it seems insane.
But you would have to be one hell of a spellcaster to be able to teach a warg magic, though.
Yeah.
That's what I'd be going for. Like, yeah, we can use the psychic rules there, but you have to be really good at teaching it.
Is the would we be doing something like that potentially, like implementing the cyclic rules? I know we kind of slightly did. Like I know Limbo had a stat block and stuff.
Again, you guys are going to be special, so you're going to be able to achieve more quickly. So if you guys get like NPCs and stuff, unless I kind of note that they're special as well, they're going to level up slower. Like Mel, he did actually gain a couple levels in Wizard. He gained 2 levels because he had a really good teacher and a lot of life experience.
Yeah.
So not getting eaten by a shark was a plus.
Yeah. Poor Reggie.
Yeah. Reggie's also very dead.
No, I reckon Reggie froze himself. He's just waiting until the cure for old age happens in the future.
Oh yeah, I need to send the artistic rendering of the old King of Fredalia that you might appreciate.
Oh,
I'm going to pull it up real quick.
this what? Selic or whatever his name was?
Yes, King
That
Selic.
one? The guy that cursed us all?
I was under the impression we would have to kill the pharaoh. It surprised me what happened.
I'm glad we didn't have to kill a child.
Hey, he was like a late teenager at best. Let's see here. Where are you at? You know what? I'll just put it into the Fredalian chat because you'd both see it. Go to file. Where's the file? There you are. Here is King Selic in all his glory and painting form.
Ooh.
Let's have a lucky do.
You don't get
You
to see it
can't
yet.
see it. Those are all the thingies? Or are they
only
different
one.
ones?
Only the crown.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Grumble, grumble, grumble. I did it. I'm learning.
You're in character now. I like it.
Yeah.
Nice.
I expect you guys to be emoting the entire time.
Yes.
Just any time the twins talk, I'll just be in permanent fear.
Yeah, because they were talking to me. They were be talking synchronized.
Oh God.
They're just sat there finishing each other's sandwiches.
The most terrifying thing about them, the twins, is that they're going to be more than twins when Jack gets his class.
Yeah, he still hasn't fully described to me what he's planning with that. I really need to sit down and talk with him because we have a rough idea. But at the same time,
so weird.
If we have like inter-party sort of like diplomacy and stuff, are they just going to agree with each other? Like if 2 votes are always towards like the most chaotic thing.
No. Surprisingly, Anna's character is not going to be hella chaotic this time.
Ooh.
Jack, on the other hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to be the more chaotic of the 2.
I can't remember what alignment I was thinking actually.
Alignment doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, but it's still a general gauge. I've not written anything down yet, I don't think.
I know what I picked.
I would see Leo as kind of more true neutral at the moment. Like, you're probably not going to go out of your way to help people, but you're not going to hurt people intentionally, kind of thing. And you're not going to like uphold law necessarily.
It's interesting because, like, the sort of vibe I'm going for is having had a more sort of traditional upbringing, if that makes sense. So, I don't know, I feel like he'd respect sort of the ideas of tradition and, you know, doing things for a purpose, I suppose.
Overall, early Leo, I don't think he's going to be as evil as Nathan's insinuating.
Yeah, I know. Certainly, I'm gonna set the expectations to be like really bad, so that when I do something nice, it's even more nice. Yeah.
You had the opportunity to burn down that orphanage, and he didn't. Good job.
Yeah, I gave you a rock. I only have 6 of these.
While standing in front of a pile of rocks.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to this campaign. As soon as we figure out what day we're doing it.
I hope we can start.
So it looks like. So next week we're going to be doing a one shot.
Yeah.
The 15th. I guess we're just going to have to break up the sessions, I guess. So 15th, we'll have.
It'll be me and Matt.
Yeah, it'll be you and Matt, and I guess we'll just do it as normal. We'll go with Nathan. Unless things change, then I'll already have the story written up to where we can have the twins instead.
Okay.
I prefer to do it with Nathan first, but if not, then sacrifices must be made.
I think I should be good. Let me double check. I think, I had the 8th was a quick family event, but I should be good for the 15th. Got nothing in mind. I've got like assessments and all that to do, but I can just do them the night before. Teehee.
And then the 22nd, maybe Matt's schedule might change, but we might go ahead and do the introduction, having the twins involved. I prefer Matt to be there because it would go a lot nicer with what I have planned.
Yeah.
But if not,
Was it?
to have another instigator.
I mean, I enjoy the idea of the twins having to fight me and Chris as rats.
I don't think I'm going to be fighting anybody.
Yeah, but if you were a rat, you would.
But yeah, well, I guess instead of Grimmer, I could use Leo as partial instigator. Yeah, that might work.
Leo likes instigating.
Yeah, that could definitely work.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, I think we'll be okay. I just hate that we're not going to have the full party there.
Yeah, we'll always delay 2 weeks and do something else, I suppose.
And then for the 29th, we'll see how schedules still are. We still might be able to do session 3, just Jack's characters, either just NPC mode or he's having to do work.
Yeah.
Because that's just how it be sometimes. Like, sometimes Mama doesn't let you out to go play.
Yep.
He has to sit on the naughty corner.
Okay, so Session 1, Campaign 2, October 15th, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Be there, please.
Yeah.
And we'll also have the where you can cash in your wise bears. That'll be nice. Have that back operational.
Yeah, I'm gonna mess everybody up. All my points.
I might need to adjust some of the prices.
Well, I feel like... Oh, I don't know. Maybe what we could do is we can spend all of our points to start a decision. And then... I don't know, as a party we vote on yes or no. I don't know, actually. because you can. I know spending points and decisions and stuff is a thing, so maybe that's a way for us to get rid of all our extra.
I like accumulating them. Probably will never use them.
Yeah, I'm sat on 25k at the minute.
I'm sitting on infinite tokens.
96,000.
Oh.
Damn.
I watch all our streams.
And we are very grateful.
Chris is our biggest fan.
Yep.
We also need to say the funny prime word every now and then, right? That's how the big streamers do it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm Well, are we wrapping up?
I believe so.
Sure.
Yeah. So October 15th, be here for campaign 2, and next week Chris will have a one-shot for us. Whatever that may be.
Yeah. I hope you guys enjoy.
Zombies.
Zombies.
That's all I'm giving you.
Zombie.
Okay. And with that, goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
There we are.